So now we're going to walk through the equation that you should have gotten for this problem and ways in which you could have solved it. So here is a perfect example, again, of where the very first number isn't going to be the actual first number in our equation. So that is why it is so important, once again, to read carefully to make sure you understand which part of the story problem is the start, which part changes, and then what part is the result. So I'm just going to make my spots here. And then remember, we're always needing to leave a spot to put add or subtract a plus sign or a minus sign. And then what it equals and the result. So let's read through it. There are so many birthdays coming up that the toy store orders 72 dolls, which are waiting on the truck. Then they will have 96 dolls all together. So again, we know that there are 72 dolls and they're waiting on the truck, and that they will have 96 dolls all together. So that there's so many important words in here, that they will have 96 dolls all together. And then it says how many dolls are currently in the store before the truck arrives. So the truck has 72 dolls. And if we're thinking, okay, they haven't gotten those yet, but then they will have 96 dolls altogether. So I'm going to start plugging in the things that I know. It sounds like that the result, or what they will have at the end, is 96. Then I need to think about, okay, they want me to figure out how many dolls are currently in the store before the truck arrives. So it sounds like to me that they don't know yet how many dolls are at the start. So that's going to be our X. Then they order 72 dolls. And so that is what changes. And again, since 96 is larger than 72, we know we're adding here. And this is the equation that matches our story problem. Now, how you figure this out could be very different. So there are a couple ways. The first way is I just want to work backward. I know that if I started with an amount that I'm not sure how much that is yet, then I added on 72 and got 96, I can then start with 96 and take away 72, and that will give me that beginning answer. Now, some of you might think, well, why isn't this the equation that matches the problem? This equation does not match the story problem because this story problem does not start with 96 dolls and then sells 72 dolls and then they're asking how many they have left over. If that was the story problem, then yes, that would match. But this equation right here that I just wrote, that does not actually match the problem. That is just a way that we can solve to get the answer for X. So I'm going to do a number line. And again, the larger number always goes on the right-hand side. And I'm going to work backwards. I know that 9 minus 7 is 2. So I know that 96 minus 70 is going to be 26. You don't want to forget about the ones there. I just subtracted from the tens. Then I can just subtract 2 more. And then my answer is 24. So now, since X equals 24, that means that our whole equation would read that 24 plus 72 equals 96. And then you can check your work like this. If I start at 72 and I put that on my number line, and I add 24 more on, because remember when you add, it doesn't matter the order in which you add. And I add on 24, so first I jump up 20, so 70, 80, 90, 2. And then I jump up 4 more. 92 plus 4 is 96. So then yes, 24 is the correct answer. So again, it's very important understanding the equation that actually matches the story problem, and then this was just a way that we used to solve to get the answer for x.